Over on Apple TV, yes, that's what it's called these days, not Apple TV Plus anymore, we have a new sci-fi called Pluribus. And here's a clip.
Can I ask a question?
Certainly. What would you like to know?
How do I reverse all this?
Rest assured, Carol, we will figure out what makes you different.
Figure it out. Why?
So you can join us.
Okay, just so you know, Pluribus means out of many, one. That should be helpful as we move forward. So, of course, Breaking Bad and its spin-off Better Call Saul, well known as two of the greatest TV dramas on streaming television platforms, or indeed any platform. Absolutely superb. And Vince Gilligan, of course, was the man behind them. And now he's created this 9-parter. You get your first 2 episodes, then they drop weekly, as is usual with Apple. And it stars Rhea Seehorn, who, I mean, she was opposite Bob Odenkirk in Better Call Saul, which, I mean, I'm sure everyone knows, but it was a spin-off from Breaking Bad, and Saul was the lawyer who basically, well, yeah, he was the lawyer to Walter White, wasn't he? And the drug dealer, and played by Bryan Cranston, of course. And she was just as good as Odenkirk, if not better. And you know, to stand your ground against such a charismatic actor as him, she was, as Kim, she was fantastic in that. So it is great to see her in this. It's set in Albuquerque, and she is playing, I love the opening, she's at a book signing, and she writes these romances. She's a novelist called Carol Sturcker. She writes these quite trashy kind of fantasy romances, period romances that are very popular, but she just thinks they're garbage. She doesn't value them, and she really wants to write the novel that she's always wanted to write. So that's kind of just setting up her character and her world. Meanwhile, these astronomers, it's a classic opening to a sci-fi, isn't it? There's a radio signal coming from outer space, and no one knows what it is. What could it be? Well, it turns out it is. It's almost like a virus, really. It's a bit, and when it hits you, you kind of collapse and you start convulsing. And when it strikes where she is, she's in a bar with a sort of band playing, and yeah, it's really well done. Like, everyone's just kind of shaking as if they're having a fit, and the singer's just kind of moaning into the microphone, the singer of the band. So it's very well done. And oddly, Carol is unaffected, but her wife Helen, played by Miriam Shaw, is. It's difficult not to give too much away here, but yes, essentially, yes, she does discover what's happening, and it's a bit like it's almost like a collective consciousness, and everyone almost becomes one sort of consciousness, and everyone's a bit Stepford Wives happy. Everyone's just very happy, and they want her to join them because she's unaffected. So it's a great idea. It's very alarming, but it's also very funny. And apparently around the world, there are just a handful of people who are unaffected. And then we're following Carol, who's this really kind of cynical author. It's a really interesting mix of tones, but it just works. I mean, it's highly original, and it's referencing some of those classic sci-fis that kind of contain a message either about, some of them are about kind of the rise of communism, or they could be about sort of people conforming, the danger of conformity. So yeah, great to see her back. She's great in this. It's, of course, being by Vince Gilligan, it's very well written. So yeah, what a delight. Love it. What do you think, Hannah?
Well, you know how I feel about sci-fi, but this is just a bit different, isn't it? This is just a bit bonkers on absolutely every single level. And as you say, it's kind of hard to explain what's going on without giving lots of it away. But this virus is scary. It's unsettling for absolutely everybody. It's not out of our brains, the virus that locked us all down either. So this will be a sort of play on lots of people's kind of nerves, I would think, anyway. As you say, I think it's quite rare when you can get something that makes you laugh and be sad and emotional as well. And this kind of has all of that wrapped up, doesn't it, really? And this virus, the fact that it doesn't affect her, but it affects her wife, Helen, I think that's really interesting and scary. And that's the bit that's really sad, and seeing what happens there. But this virus, essentially, after convulsing, makes you happy. But what is that definition? What is everyone's happiness? Happiness is different for every person, isn't it? So it's quite deep in lots of places as well. So as I say, if you read this script, you'd think someone had gone mad, wouldn't you? But actually, it works incredibly well. And the people playing the parts, I don't know, they just capture the essence of it, I think, really well.